half an arm.
Yeah, he had
And the
one
only
arm,
reason he knew it is because Dempsey
Tom Dempsey
came out from under the pile and waved the nub at him and said, "You're a real man, Henderson."
Yeah.
Like shaking his fist,
yeah.
but he had like a little nub with
shaking
peas,
his elbow,
little peas at the end of it. "You're a real man, Henderson." And he goes, "I felt bad about it." He goes, "But you know what? He missed a field goal and 2 extra points, so fuck him."
Yeah.
That's how the chapter ends.
Right. Oh my God, I have to read it now.
It's good. It's really great, and you can't believe how much drugs, like smoking a joint before every single practice.
Oh, yeah.
Sunglasses, and Tom Landry was a born again.
Oh, yeah.
Very white. Like, who are all these Negroes?
Beyond strict. Yeah. Oh, right. All the Negroes.
Wow, now we got a football team loaded with lots of Negroes.
Yeah.
And Hollywood Henderson had his sunglasses on in the film room, and he goes, "Well, you're not going to have a future here if you keep wearing those sunglasses." And Henderson said, "My future's so bright, I got to wear sunglasses."
Oh,
to Landry.
Yeah, to Landry.
Landry didn't know how to deal with him.
No. Because they had to pray before and after the game, right?
Yeah.
Everybody on their knees.
He said he was baked as hell. He just didn't care. That's fine with me.
Henderson was a star on those fucking teams. Landry is an amazing coach, man. I mean, he's sort of not the anti-Lombardi, but like Lombardi's that strict Catholic, we win at all costs guy. But Landry's the Christian, he precedes like born again by a million years.
But don't you think too, like Landry, to circle back, it's almost like the new actors and the old actors, like on the waterfront. Like Landry was Steiger.
Yeah.
Because when the game moved past Landry,
it
moved way past. Like Lombardi, I think would be relevant, and Hank Stram. Those are guys today I think could go right in.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, let's keep matriculating that ball, boys.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Hank Stram had so much fun with that rug on his head. Guy had a fucking geranium on his head.
Cut back, Otis.
But, like, I don't think Landry, certainly, like, when it was over, it was over bad.
Yeah. And then who was it? Johnson who came in after him? I think he'd been the only coach of that team when he quit. I don't think anyone else had coached the Cowboys.
But I remember Christians going door to door in Verona, New Jersey, where he was a kid. And they handed out Tom Landry Christian comic books to the kids.
I had the Tom Landry Christian comic book.
Did
I bought
really?
it. Yes, I bought it. I don't know why.
Why did you buy it? They were giving them out for free. They were recruiting.
Someone gave it to me for free.
And then they told us if you're gay, don't come to the Boy Scouts.
Yeah. So I had it somehow. Either somebody gave it to me or it came with another comic book or it came with Boy's Life or some fucking nonsense.
As a diehard baseball fan, I'm thrilled to have teamed up with zero-calorie Pepsi Max for the 2012 Field of Dreams program. For the second straight year, Pepsi Max asked fans to vote for their dream team of living baseball legends in both the American and National Leagues. 2 consumers have won the experience of a lifetime. AL winner, Johnny Perotti from Rochester, New York. NL winner, Stephen Katchmark from Washington, D.C. Now it's up to the fans to decide which of these guys' hometown will host the Pepsi Max Field of Dreams game by voting at MLB.com/Pepsi Max. The Pepsi Max Field of Dreams American League team includes catcher Yogi Berra, first base Frank Thomas, second base Rod Carew, shortstop Cal Ripken Jr., third base Brooks Robinson, outfield Ken Griffey Jr., outfield Reggie Jackson, outfield Ricky Henderson, starting pitcher Jim Palmer, relief pitcher Dennis Eckersley, designated hitter Paul Molitor. The Pepsi Max Field of Dreams National League team includes catcher Johnny Bench, outfield Stan Musial, outfield Andre Dawson, starting pitcher Randy Johnson, relief pitcher Trevor Hoffman, first base Fred McGriff, second base Ryan Sandberg, shortstop Ozzie Smith, third base Mike Schmidt, and outfield Tony Gwynn. 0-calorie Pepsi Max. MLB.com/Pepsi Max. You podcast, which I love, and I got Angie on board, and Corey. We all are. I've been a Proops fan, and we've touched each other up on Twitter. Your breadth of knowledge is so alarming that you can talk about Aldrich and talk about the Giants, and you're one of the only podcasts. Like Corolla will say something once in a while where I go, "Fuck, that's good," and Mark Maron will ask a question. Mark Maron once asked Carrot Top said, "Oh, the show sucked tonight. Like 5 minutes in, I was digging myself out of a hole." And Maron goes, "Now with you, do you use an actual shovel?" And that's when I just gave in and went, "All right, I'm in. I'm into the podcast." Because I fought it for a while. Like, because these are your contemporaries. And you're like, I'm going to be better than that. And then you realize there's fucking pie for everybody. Who gives a shit?
Oh, yeah.
But yours is one where I take a quote or knowledge or something really profound away, or something nonsense fun that I like the whole rest in peace to MCA you did when you really made me think in my car. I was driving around trying to get the baby to sleep, and you were like, "What rock star can you name that actually has improved themselves from when they got famous?" And the guy became a Buddhist and changed the lyrics up, and you gave a big shout out to the 1988 rhyme scheme, which I loved.
Yes.
And you said baseball. Why is baseball terrible these days? Not because of no steroids. It's because
everybody's named Justin.
guys used to be named Cha-Cha.
Right.
Fuck. So if you're starting a baseball team, you start it with Stan Musial.
Here's my all-time team.
We were talking about this off mic to the listeners. Greg Proops, smartest man in the world. iTunes, do it.
My all-time team is that changes. If it's an all-time, should we do all-time home teams? My all-time Giants team is.
No, you can't do that. That's bullshit.
All right, that's bullshit.
Because you can cherry pick the other way. How about living?
All right, living. Rather, still alive, not playing, not active, living.
Correct.
Okay.
Because if you go
Music's
dead,
still alive,
then you're going to say like Robin Roberts, and people are going to think it's the broad from the Today Show.
Right.
They're going to get confused. Like Warren Spahn, isn't he on the committee?
Well, Mays is alive, and Aaron's alive, and Robinson's alive. Clementi's dead. I might have had Clementi in there. So let's put Musial in. Let's put Musial in at first.
I was going to say you have 5 outfielders already.
Well, but we can put Musial in at first, and the outfield would be
Mays.
Mays in center, Barry in left, and then I'm maybe Robbie in right.
Fred Berry?
Yeah, Fred Berry. Okay. Rerun. And I would have Aaron DH.
Wait, who's your right fielder?
Frank Robinson. He's still alive.
Robbie?
Robbie?
No Ricky, huh?
Oh, Ricky.
I got to go Ricky. I bat him leadoff, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay, but Ricky has to play left, right?
Sure.
So, but if I have Ricky in left, then I can't have Barry in left. And
Barry Bonds can play fucking second. If Chuck Knobloch can play second.
Anybody can play second. Jeff Kent played second, and he was the greatest Giant second baseman, even though he couldn't field at all.
Best stash.
Oh, my God.
And every night he threw it 8 feet to JT Snow and made himself a Hall of Fame career.
8 feet. And when he won the MVP in 2000, and he had a monster year for about 3/4 of that year, they called him, and he was on his tractor on his ranch in Texas, and they brought him into the ranch house, and he went, "What?" And they went, "You're the MVP," and he went, "Click." Like he got thrown off the Giants for lying about a truck accident he was in.
He said he broke his wrist washing his truck.
Yes.
Not the fact that he was on the back of a skateboard being towed by his 14-year-old or something.
Yeah, he was being a douchebag, and because he was that dude, was
he a dick? Is he known as being a dick?
In Giants history, he's known as the greatest slugging fucking infielder, next to Matt Williams that we ever fucking had. The dude.
I would take him over Matt Williams.
Oh, he had 25 to 30 homers a year at least. Probably drove in 100 runs maybe every year with the Giants. Won an MVP.
Really no holes in his swing, though.
In the times we went to the playoffs and the World Series with him, he hit a home run in every one. We got 3 and out against the Marlins twice, and I saw him hit 2 home runs in a game against the Marlins when we went 3 and out. And it was like, so there's one person on the team who's still making an effort at the fucking stick here, because Barry was terrible till 2002, and then he fucking lit it up, and had like 1 million homers and shit.
And
but
for those of you listening
going,
Barry Bonds was on steroids. Barry Bonds was the greatest player playing when he was on the fucking Pirates and looked like you needed to mail him food.
He was the greatest player a lot of times, and
just because he 5-hopped at home and Sid Bream, a guy with fucking animatronic legs, run, Forrest, and Sid Bream just takes a fucking. He took a turn around third that I've only seen at Daytona. Holy shit! The third base coach, he wasn't waving him home. He was fanning him like he had a sail. Like maybe I can help. Go, Sid. And somehow Barry Bonds, in his one moment of glory, steroid era, fucking 5-hopped it to the plate.
Yeah.
Basically, a bad drive from the ladies' tees. It never got more than a foot off the ground. Just bounced it home.
He could be accurate from left, but only if it was close. His dad, who was my hero when I was a little kid, was a superb right fielder. And then
Bobby
center
Bonds
field.
Was the man. And he played in the Yankees, I think, with Paul Blair. And Mickey Rivers?
Maybe the worst drunk of his era. Like, that's why he played on 1,000 teams.
That's impossible as long as Bobby Mercer and guys like that were alive.
But Mercer got traded for Bonds. I mean, we got Mercer and they got Bonds. And
they're like, I'll trade you my drunk for your drunk.
And exactly. And Mercer hated Candlestick, as everyone did, and still hit probably 290, 300 for us. Not beloved, though.
I'm going to go Ricky Henderson. I'm going to go Omar Vizquel at short. I'll take Robbie out. Mine's
Really?
more modern.
Over Rip and over A-Rod and
Yeah.
over...
I'm gonna go Vizquel and Alomar as my double play combo because I think they're the greatest. When they were on the
Robbie
Indians
Alomar.
together,
Wow, yeah.
I'll take him over Kent because he could spray it, and then I'll go corner.
Well, Alomar's an all-around. Like, he's like a 1930s player. Like, that dude can run, hit, lay down the ball, bat second.
Remember
put
Mike
the ball behind the
Piazza
runner.
had to apologize, say he wasn't gay?
Who did?
Mike Piazza. Remember he had that press conference?
Yeah, what was that about?
I think it was
Why did he call that press conference?
Because they said it was coming out that he was gay. He's gay. And the New York Post was like, there's a New York Met dating a very high-profile female athlete, Robbie Alomar.
Was it Alomar that was...
He was dating Mary Pierce, the tennis player.
So,
And when John Hirschbeck called him a faggot.
Right, and that's why he spit in his face?
That's why he spit in his face.
And he never really apologized for that either. He kind of did a,
Why?
vague,
if you were gay, would you?
Yeah, vague mea culpa.
Would you apologize
No.
if the guy said, "Get back in the box, faggot"? Or something?
No.
I don't know what he said. He spit right in his fucking face.
That's
and
the big
then
black
insulted his dead kid.
Did he really?
Hirschbeck had like a. So will you look up John Hirschbeck?
If I'd known that, I would have been, because I was always thought Robbie that was like out of hand, but now I realize that he was right to do it.
But not only did he not do an apology, he said in his press conference after the fact, he's never been the same since he had that sick kid. Like he said something so
Horrible,
deplorable,
right, beyond the pale.
And
about
Hirschbeck had like a
Hirschbeck.
kid with MS.
That's right.
I'm paraphrasing this
Alomar
entire
said that,
situation, and this is
And
all
then he went in the hall, didn't he, like 2 seasons ago?
allegedly. This is all allegedly.
Right.
This all happened.
Right. So Piazza had that weird press conference.
First of all, I like to say I'm not gay.
Right.
Well, then what's second of all? Nothing. There's no
who's asking?
Everyone was they were asking the New York media is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you
and
guys
there's 50
have,
guys there.
Yeah, and you got
It's
it
not
easy
10
up there.
guys like in Des Moines or
in
whatever.
the Bay Area, you
Yeah.
got it easy.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
Like Ray Rattle will stop by.
Cosseted.
I'll give a
Jenkins.
I'll give a shout out to Damon Bruce. We talked about him earlier. Like those are the guys just hanging around.
Krug.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all one of the boys.
I love on the opening credits of the podcast. I have Herman Edwards when he was head coach of the Jets, just freaking out.
Yeah.
Put your name on it. Be a man. And people always email me or tweet me and go, "What is that from? I can't find it." And you won't find it. Like we had to do serious research. I remember I saw it live because the team was like, because he, when you're a head coach in the NFL, and you're exactly the guy that understands this, and you lived it with Mike Singletary. You can never be all of your black.
Yeah.
You have to. It is such a white guy league.
Yeah.
That because Mike Singletary played, he was all day, baby. We're gonna
Yeah.
come on now, come on,
Yeah.
sideline to sideline, baby. Cause it's my kind of party.
Yeah.
And then when he coached, he's Thurston Howell.
Right.
Vernon Davis can't win with them, can't do it. Like he's fucking
Yeah.
Maya
Right,
Angelou
yeah.
talking about Minas, right? And think about like Tony Dungy, Romeo Crennel. They're all
Yeah.
like, "Hey, everybody, how are you?" Like, we
Yeah.
switched from a 3-4 to a 43, and gonna do
Yeah,
the
right.
Herman Edwards was the only, which is ironic because he's half white.
Yeah.
He's the only guy to go full black.
Yeah.
And the one that is you play to win the game. But that's not the black part. The black
Yeah.
part is when he steps to the side of the podium and goes, "Hello?
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Like, am I going to have to cut a bitch?"
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's crazy great.
Yeah.
And now I say black, Greg knows this.
Yeah.
I mean this in I wish I could be that
Yeah,
way,
obviously.
complimentary
This
terms.
is said with great reverence.
And no joke. No, we're not joking at all. Because I don't want people going, they're being fucking swarthy pricks about it. No. Like, we wish we could be this cool.
Yeah.
But Herman Edwards, they were going, unnamed sources say, unnamed source. And he goes, well, what do you mean sources? To the side of the
Yeah,
podium,
yeah,
which
yeah.
freaks them out.
Right.
Because they're used to guys just, even
Yeah.
like Jim Mora, playoffs?
Yeah.
He stayed behind the
Yeah,
podium.
right.
So when Herman Edwards, who was a pimp for a long time, because
Yeah.
he picked up the Pistarchik fumble and took it 70 yards the other way for the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's always been down by law.
Yeah.
Goes, what do you mean sources? Put your name on it.
Yeah.
Be a man. Be the guy that said, and then he takes a pen out, an imaginary pen from the collar of his
Right.
sweatshirt and begins to air write a
Yeah.
newspaper article. Be the guy that said, because we all know you write newspaper articles in the sky with your hand, not
Yes, you
typing,
do.
longhand.
Yeah.
Be the guy that said, I saw, because I was in the locker room with Coach Edwards, and the mood was this. Then he throws the fucking pen
Yeah.
and looks down at like Mike Lupica and goes, you weren't in the locker room.
Yeah.
Put your name on it.
Yeah. Put your name on
Be
it.
a man.
Yeah.
Or a woman.
Or a woman.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. Put your
Or a
name on
woman,
it.
yeah.
Put your name on it.
Yeah.
How could Mike Singletary have failed so spectacularly, and then Jim Harbaugh just comes in like,
Right.
I got it.
Yeah.
Alex Smith is great. I fixed everything. We're good.
It was
Al
so
Gore and a
exciting.
fucking rookie from Nebraska you never heard of.
And the team was almost done. I mean, the fans were done with Smith. You know, it had been so long. People
They've
were
been
like,
done with Smith since Nolan,
yeah.
right?
I mean, this year was the greatest year we've had in a million years. We've been so browbeaten, and then but Smith had never. It was that game against New Orleans in the playoffs where like you went, oh, you're all over the yard, baby.
Apparently, you need to be coached by another quarterback
Yeah,
that knows, hey, man, it's windows, bro.
yeah. Make
Not
a couple plays.
Not
here
a
and
middle
there.
linebacker acting white.
Yeah, right.
This is what I wish from you today,
Yeah.
Alex. The flight of the miner.
Yeah, that you shall fly and fly.
Half an arm.
Yeah. He
And
had
the
one
only
arm,
reason
yeah.
he knew it is because Dempsey
Yeah, Tom Dempsey.
came out from under the pile and waved the nub at him and said, "You're a real man, Henderson."
Yeah.
Like shaking his
Yeah,
fist,
yeah.
but he had like a little nub with
Right.
with
Shaking
peas,
his elbow.
little peas at the end of it. You're a real man, Henderson. And he goes, I felt bad about it. He goes, but you know what? He missed a field goal and 2 extra points, so fuck him.
Yeah.
That's how the chapter ends.
Right. Oh my God. I have to read it now.
It's good. It's really great. Back, it's almost like the new actors and the old actors, like on the waterfront. Like
Yeah.
Landry was Steiger.
Yeah.
Because when
Yes.
the game moved past Landry,
Right, when it
it
went
moved
into the
way
Yeah.
past. Like Lombardi, I think would be relevant, and Hank Stram. Those are guys today I think could go right in.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, let's keep matriculating
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ball,
Yeah,
boys.
yeah, exactly.
Like Hank Stram had so much fun with that
Hank
rug on his
Stram.
head. Guy had a fucking geranium on
How
his
cut
head.
back, Otis.
But like, I don't think Landry certainly like when it was over. It was over bad.
Yeah. And then who was it? Johnson who came in after him? I think he'd been the only coach of that team, and when he quit, I don't think anyone else
I'm
had
not
coached
sure,
the Cowboys.
but I remember Christians going door to door in Verona, New Jersey, where he was a kid, and they handed out Tom Landry Christian comic books to the kids.
I had the Tom Landry Christian comic book.
Did
I
you
bought
really?
it. Yes, I bought it. I don't
Why
know
did you
why.
buy it? They were giving them out for free. They
Well,
were
I think
recruiting.
someone gave it to me for free.
And you can't believe how
all
much
contagious.
drugs. Like smoking
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
joint before every single practice.
Oh, yeah.
Sunglasses. And Tom Landry was a born again.
Oh, yeah. And
Very white. Like, who are all these Negroes?
Beyond strict. Yeah. Oh, right. All the Negroes.
Wow, now we got a football team loaded with lots of Negroes.
Yeah.
And Hollywood Henderson had his sunglasses on in the film room, and he goes, "Well, you're not going to have a future here if you keep wearing those sunglasses." And Henderson said, "My future's so bright, I got to wear sunglasses."
Oh, that's,
To Landry.
yeah. To Landry.
Landry didn't know how to deal with him.
No. Because they had to pray before and after the game, right?
Yeah.
Everybody on their knees.
He said he was baked as hell. He just didn't care. That's fine with me.
Henderson was a star on those fucking teams. Landry is an amazing coach, man. I mean, he's sort of not the anti-Lombardi, but like Lombardi's that strict Catholic, we win at all costs guy. But Landry's the Christian, he precedes like born again by a million years.
But don't you think, too, like Landry, to circle